Today we're going to be comparing Dynamike and Barley to see who can come out on top. Let's get into it. Alright, so the reason that I'm comparing Barley and Dynamike is because they are both throwers. They share a lot of the same mechanics, and if you did not know, they were the first two throwers to ever be inside of Brawl Stars. Alright, so today I'm going to be putting Dynamike and Barley through a series of 11 tests, and those 11 tests are going to be speed, damage, health, swarm and clear. And swarm and clear is basically how fast they can clear the swarm in the training cave. Big bot clear, which is basically how fast they can kill the big bot in training cave. Lifetime when getting shot by the sniper bot in the training cave, their range, how fast they can reload one ammo, the dive test, and the ramp up test. And if we need a tiebreaker, there will be a 1v1, which is basically where the brawlers unleash all the damage they can on the other brawler, and first one to kill the other wins. First test, speed. Alright, so for the speed test, I measured how long it took a brawler to walk across a heist map, and it took Barley a total of 11.9 seconds to complete this test, and Dynamike a total of 14.66 seconds to complete this test, giving Barley the first point. Second test, damage. So for Barley's main attack, he throws out a bottle dealing 918 total damage times 2, and for his super, he throws out 5 of the bottles dealing 918 damage each times 2, which is dealing a total of 9,180 damage. So for Dynamike, his main attack deals 2,240 damage, and his super deals 3,080 damage, but with his star power, it deals an extra 1,000, but his real power comes from his gadget, where he throws out 20 sticks of dynamite dealing 1,200 damage each. Third test, health. So at max level, Barley has 3,360 health, and Dynamike has a total of 3,920 health, giving Dynamike his first point. Next test, swarm clear. Alright, so the timer for this test begins not when the brawler throws out their first ammo, but when the first damage is dealt. So the numbers for this test aren't exact, but Dynamike takes about 7 seconds to complete this test, but Barley on the other hand has a way larger super, allowing him to complete this test way faster. Barley just barely beats Dynamite for this test with a total time of 6.66 seconds. Next test, big bot clear. So these tests did take a bit longer, but this Dynamike clip here is sped up by 400%, but in the end, Dynamike did take a total of 41.26 seconds to complete this test. So the Barley clip is also sped up by 400%, and Barley took over 1 minute to complete this test, but to be more specific, he took a total of 1 minute, 15.33 seconds. Next test, lifetime when getting shot by the shooter bot. So for this test, both Barley and Dynamike were able to absorb about 8 shots from the shooter bot, but in the end, I did allow Barley to use his gadget, allowing him to heal up, getting his 4th point. Next test, range. Alright, so for this test, I measured their main attack, gadgets, and super range. Now, I looked at the gadget part very carefully, but Barley just beats Dynamike by a few pixels. Their main attack is both the same range, and their super, obviously Barley wins by a long shot on this one, giving Barley the 5th point. Next test, reload speed. Alright, so this test measures how fast the brawler can reload one ammo, and I zoomed in really closely here because this is down to the millisecond. Next test, the dive test. Alright, so this test sees how much damage the brawler can deal to the siege Ike before they die, and Dynamike is able to deal a total of 6,320 damage before he is killed. Barley, on the other hand, is able to use his super and only 1 attack, and he is able to deal a total of 5,160 damage. Final test, the ramp-up test. So basically, the ramp-up test is where there are 5 different levels of boxes, and each level has warm-up box in the last level, but brawlers are not allowed to hit a box on the next level if they have not completed the level before that level. So Dynamike takes a total of 21.19 seconds to complete this test. But in the end, Barley ends up taking even more time than Dynamike, taking a total of 24.46 seconds. So now we're going to be heading into the tiebreaker, which is a 1v1. Wow, and with that, Dynamike makes an unbelievable comeback to win it all. So if you're still watching now, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. And also for my next video, for my next 1v1 video, I'm going to be doing Belle versus Jessie and then Belle versus Piper. So be sure to stay tuned for those. And until next time, Razorblade Gaming, out.